This woman named Clara left her 24-month-old daughter home alone with her neighbor's dog to go out and party with her friends. But what she saw when she came back from the party was so devastating. Here's what happened. Once upon a time, in a small African town, there was a beautiful woman named Clara. Clara was as beautiful as the morning sun. People loved her because of her beauty and her lively spirit. She had a way of making everyone laugh, and no one could resist her charm. Clara had been married 4 times before, but she never had a child. She always dreamed of having a big family, but somehow that never happened. Clara loved to go to parties. Oh, yes, Clara was always the life of any gathering, whether it was a family gathering, a town meeting, or a big celebration. She couldn't resist the fun, the laughter, and the chance to show off her beauty. She had many friends, and among them were 3 special ones. These were her best friends, the ones who always gave her advice, and Clara trusted them. They told her to never stop living her life and to enjoy herself no matter what. Her first husband, however, was not so happy with Clara's ways. He didn't like how she spent so much time with her friends and went to so many parties. He was a quiet man who liked peace, but Clara loved excitement. She would invite her friends over to gossip and laugh, and this made her husband very angry. Clara, you need to slow down and focus on us, he would tell her, his voice soft but firm, as he looked at her with pleading eyes. But Clara didn't listen. She enjoyed being surrounded by her friends more than anything else. This went on for a while, but soon her first husband had had enough. He told Clara, if you keep on like this, we will not last. But Clara didn't want to change, and so her first marriage ended. She didn't shed a tear because she was sure that she would find another man. After all, she was still young, beautiful, and everyone in town loved her. Not long after, Clara got married again, but just like before, Clara never listened to her husband's complaint about her partying. She was always busy with her friends, laughing, talking, and planning their next big party. One day, Clara was in the kitchen preparing yam porridge. The pot was on the fire, the smell of spices filling the air. But before the yam could even soften, her friends arrived, their laughter breaking through the walls like a sudden storm. Clara, come and hear what happened to Mama Lydia at the market, one of them shouted. Without a second thought, Clara wiped her hands on her wrapper and rushed outside, her heart pounding with excitement. They sat under the big mango tree, giggling and whispering like birds in the early morning. They talked and laughed until the sun began to set, the sky painted in shades of orange and pink. Clara got so caught up with the gossip and the excitement that she forgot all about the food on the fire. Her friends were in her house, talking and laughing, and Clara didn't notice the smoke that started rising from the kitchen. By the time Clara remembered, the smoke was thick and the fire had already started to spread. The flames danced high in the air, and Clara rushed to put it out, her heart racing with fear, but it was too late. The whole kitchen was burning, and soon the fire spread to the rest of the house. Clara's husband came rushing home, his face turning pale when he saw the fire. He was so angry, his voice trembling as he shouted, "Look at what you've done, Clara. You were too busy with your friends to care about our home." The fire burned everything. It took away the things they had worked so hard for, and it left Clara's husband with nothing but disappointment and rage. Clara felt terrible, but she didn't know how to fix it. Her husband, feeling hopeless, turned to her and said, "I can't live like this anymore. Pack your things and leave." Clara didn't say a word. She knew he was right, but she didn't want to lose him. Her husband couldn't forgive her, and with a heavy heart, he sent her away. Clara's heart sank. She ran to her friends for advice. Beg him. For what? One of them said, rolling her eyes, "If he can't understand that mistakes happen, then he's not the man for you. You're beautiful, Claire. There are many rich men out there who would be lucky to have you." With her friend's words ringing in her ears, Clara packed what was left of her belongings and left without looking back. Clara went back to her parents' house, but instead of learning her lesson, she kept doing what she always did. Her parents were worried. Clarets were worried. "Clara," they said, "you need to stop listening to those friends of yours. They are leading you down the wrong path. They are ruining your life." But Clara only laughed, her smile as sweet as ripe pawpaw. "Papa, you don't understand. This is how life works now. Nobody stays indoors and becomes somebody," she would say, brushing them off like dust from her fine wrappers. She believed her friends knew better, and she refused to change. So Clara stayed the same, and once again her life took another turn. This time, it would be the second divorce. Clara didn't take long to find another husband. She soon remarried for the third time. At first, everything seemed fine. Her new husband was kind and hardworking. They had their moments of joy, and Clara tried to be a good wife, but her love for parties and gossip never went away. She would sneak out at night to join her friends, leaving her husband alone at home. Clara always believed that she had the right to have fun no matter what. Her new husband started noticing the same problem. Every time he came home after a long day at work, Clara was either out partying or gossiping with her friends. He would ask her, "Clara, why do you spend so much time with them? Why do you spend so much time with them?" But Clara didn't care. She loved the fun, the laughter, and the excitement too much. Her husband would often sit quietly, feeling lonely and neglected, staring at the empty dinner table where he had hoped to see his wife waiting for him. But Clara didn't see it. After some time, her husband couldn't take it anymore. He told her, "This isn't working, Clara. I need a wife who stays with me and doesn't run off every chance she gets." And so, just like her first two husbands, he divorced her. Clara didn't cry or beg. She didn't feel as bad as she thought she would because, after all, she didn't have any children to lose. She wasn't losing anything. With nowhere else to go, Clara moved in with one of her friends, a single mother who also didn't have a husband. Her friend gave her bad advice, telling her, "You'll be fine, Clara. There are plenty of men in the world. Don't worry about what your family says." Clara thought her friend knew what she was talking about, so she kept following the same old ways. She married again and again, but no children ever came. Divorce after divorce, Clara found herself in the same place. No family, no children, and no real happiness. Yet Clara kept going, never learning from her mistakes, always blaming her marriages for not working out. Clara never gave up on her dream of having a good life. She was always looking for the next big chance, the next rich man who could change her life. One day, at a grand party in the town, Clara met a man named Marcus. Marcus was a handsome, wealthy man, known for his riches and kindness. He had never been married. and at 42, he was starting to think it was time. When he saw Clara, he was immediately drawn to her beauty and charm. Clara, always ready for a chance to live a better life, smiled at Marcus, and they quickly became friends. Thank you so much for watching this story. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and share it with your friends and family. Remember, true happiness comes from within, not from others' opinions. Subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, take care and stay inspired.